come. As I said, it is an historic event because it is the first.
Fearing competition makes us wary of others. There's no way to live or work. And don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with competition as long as it is healthy, as long as it is helpful, as long as it benefits the bigger whole. The African families shared. No one was a stranger in Africa. A family would call out a stranger walking on the street, invite them for lunch, invite them for a refreshment. Abizwe umntu ohamba ngendlela kuthi nangu umahambi akaziwa ne, nangu umahambi ingathulambile, ingathi udiniwe makakazophumla aselirheni.
Comes to the youth. We are often told to work hard in high school, get good grades, to get into a good university, to get a good job in a good company, to get a good salary, and somehow have a good life. We can't prioritize. We need to set our priorities straight. The moment, let's say for instance, the moment you receive a deal that's worth a lot, we should learn to prioritize and know that with whatever money that we've gotten into our business, we need to reinvest it, because your business cannot grow unless you reinvest it. You cannot want someone else to come and invest their own money while you can't even reinvest your own money that you've made from the business.
One will say, because you sleep with who and who, that's hence you get the post. When you're in business and your business is working very well, people will say, because Lindy is doing well in business, because her mother is already successful, that's why. So people will not know that you strive, you work hard to get that post.
Well, think of it this way. You take the same route to work every day. And every day you get stuck in traffic. One day you decide to turn left where you always turn right. And you discover a much easier route. You see, it's all about how you choose to behave in certain circumstances. You keep getting the same results because you keep making the same choices. You keep making the same choices because you don't learn from your mistakes. If you keep burning the cake at 240 degrees, then perhaps you should turn the oven down. If you keep snapping at your husband in the morning, and on really bad days, then perhaps you should stop snapping. If you keep leaving your clothes on the floor and your wife is grouchy all night, perhaps you should be neater. If you are broke at the end of each month, then perhaps you should spend less.
People that know how to think globally. While a person turns 19, he or she doesn't worry about the same things that our young people conventionally worry about, such as how am I going to get to university, how am I going to finance my university. These are kids that think about purchasing commercial properties and developing.
So now it's the same thing here in Queenstown, because
women empowerment and gender equality does not mean we must trash amadoda. Which also brings me to the fact that now, as women, we're made to be abantu who are nurturing for a reason. There's absolutely no way we can completely get rid of that. There are women in business and every other sphere or aspect of life are successful. Kuko mama khanda, kuko o musinzo, o kanyidlomo. Those people are still abantu who are very nurturing and are very emotional.
I think that kasifundiswa domestic working, being domesticated at home, they're not saying uba we must now keep in mind uba when you belong in the kitchen. They are teaching us irresponsibility uba even akawuphuma ngenimini usiya emtshatweni, don't get there and just not know how to wash isitya or uchayela onjalo. That is just the teaching irresponsibility.
Of being different is the in thing, if you didn't know. Yes, you know, the different people are the ones who eventually succeed. Never mind if you're always the loser, that's not really a biggie. You should not always do things by the book. You should never wait for approval for people. I remember whenever I talk about this, I always make an example of our leaders, about Nelson Mandela. The reason that they were able to do what they did was because they never sought approval from anyone.
Actually noticed that the climate here is not conducive for young people to thrive. Because of one thing, the young people are actually looked at as, okay, you know what, if we provide them activities, yeah, I would like in this fun, go and play soccer, and we make like e-activity clubs and all those kind of stuff, let's try and keep them busy, but no one ever actually puts it into mind that these people, they actually need to actually earn a living, you understand? And also when they earn a living, they don't have to stay in the same level. They need to develop so that they can also be entrepreneurs.
At the same time, you need to embrace your past. I've seen people embrace and they lose their identity in the process. I draw inspiration from the poverty-strickenness of my home. Hence, sometimes I stand and I know what I stand for in life. So true identity comes with embracing where you come from. And today I'm proud to say I'm proud to say I went to university, yes, I had to struggle, but I'm proud to say I've got honors at UKZN. I've been invited to prestige academic ceremonies where I've been awarded with academic certificates as well, of which their environment is an environment that disqualified me.
Our Queenstown youth is no different, as they are characterized by despaired hopes with minimal motivation to strive for success and be the best that they can possibly be. I think we've incubated a youth structure in Queenstown that is easily obstructed by day-to-day society's challenges and easily resorts to crime, substance abuse, and so on.
We have Benefit College in Queenstown, but if you can go and work out who is enrolled there, you'll find that the majority of the kids that are there are from outside Queenstown. The highest percentage of the Queenstown or Lukanji students enrolled at the FET College where skills are actually transferred would be minimal for our area. In Lukanji, as a municipality alone, you will find that there are departments, let's say 8 departments, and then there is a problem in HR that can be solved in finance. But you won't know until a report actually comes out. The departments are not talking to each other to solve the problem. Now, how are we going to solve the society's, the community's problems if we can't even talk to each other as individualized department to solve the problem?
Very strong perception and a very strong culture that if we occupy our youth, then everything is okay. And it goes back to the soccer tournaments that we organize. Just keep them off the street and everything is okay, And to an extent, that kind of mentality fights against youth development, because we need to develop our youth and not just occupy them.
Within the municipality. So the silo mentality is so engraved in the people's minds. We need to break that down first. So a level of consciousness of what needs to be done. Those that are in government, both at a political and at an administrative level, are part of the society and are part of the problem possibly. And if you are hoping that you'd find all solutions in government, then you've got it all wrong.